Hey guys, what's up? It's Isaac. Welcome back to a brand new video. Unfortunately, this video is not something I've been looking forward to. It's not something I've even wanted to do, but at this point I feel like I have to do it because I literally can't breathe without having someone down my throat about it. So, yeah, I'm sure you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about Kenz and I's breakup. I'm also going to be touching a lot on kind of my personal issues, but they all kind of tie in together. Firstly, I want to say I spoke to Kenz before this, and she completely has full knowledge that I'm making this video. She gave me the okay to make this video, so I want you guys to know that. Also, I want you guys to know that I have nothing but love for Kenz and everything she's done. Like, Kenzie's literally, I have not one negative thing to say. So I don't want you guys to think that sometimes when people break up, it doesn't really have to do with like they had bad blood. It's just sometimes timing doesn't work out, or it's just something that's not really in the control of both sides. So first thing I want to talk about is kind of clear up some of the issues that I've seen and people talking about. So I'm just going to kind of blow through those really quickly. One, despite allegations, I did not cheat on Kenz. You guys literally, you guys aren't in our personal lives. So what you guys see is only a certain layer of reality. It's just like something you're seeing, but you don't know the full story behind it. I haven't ever addressed the situation because it's beneath me, and the only people that mattered to know like the truth was Kenz and I, because it's our relationship. So that's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say is I did not leave Kenz because of the clubhouse at all. And I'm going to touch on that in a little bit and kind of explain what I mean by that. And thirdly, I'm not a bad person at all. Like what I did, hopefully after you guys kind of hear my reasoning, you guys can kind of understand my side a little bit. Obviously, the only thing I've spoken about publicly is just my story post. I wanted to initially make this video last weekend, but it was a lot. I didn't really want to like get into it. It was just kind of, like we broke up before it was talked about, like a while before it was talked about. I won't like disclose when and whatever because it's still our personal business. I'm just basically touching on topics that I've seen and addressing those as best as I can to hopefully, one, kind of clear my name and you guys understand that, and two, hopefully like can kind of change your opinion on it. I don't believe Kenz nor I is really at fault. So the lens that I choose to show you guys of my life is very far from the reality of it. I think a lot of people just see like actors or social media influencers or even musicians and just like assume that because they've done all this really cool stuff that they're just well and fine or like great in all ways. And I think that that's very far from the truth. Though I am very thankful and very privileged to do what I do, I've had to work very hard to do it from a very young age. I've had to sacrifice a lot of things in that time. And I guess what I'm like trying to get at is basically so you guys can kind of understand my life to my comfortability. I've been supporting my family financially since I was 8 years old through acting. So my dad has been there to like help me and guide me and help give me the opportunities to actually be able to do that. But I take care of my family financially. And I think you guys just see shows and stuff and assume that because of that, every influencer and every actor and everyone's just like filthy rich and filthy loaded, when like it's really far from the truth. There's bills to pay, there's tax cuts, there's percentages that have to go to different people, and you guys just, I don't expect you guys to understand that because it's like it's a lot more than what we really show as influencers and all that, but there's a lot behind it. So through a lot of things that have happened to me and how fast I've had to grow up, I have a lot of sadness, I have a lot of pain, I have a lot of just very bad things that go through my mind every day. And just because I can stare at a camera and smile and laugh, I've been having to fake character since I was a little kid, so I've become pretty good at faking things. I can stare at a camera and literally like something awful could have just happened to me that has happened in shows where something awful has just happened to me, and I've had to go on stage and act and pretend that I'm absolutely fine and absolutely good, when in reality I want to just crumble up into a ball and hide. And like, I think that that's a relatable feeling. Unfortunately, our generation is it has a lot of issues, and I hurt for that, I feel for that, and hopefully a video like this can kind of bring insight that maybe someone that you like or, you know, enjoy can kind of share an insight that not everything is what it seems. And when I met Kenz, I met her at a time when I was going through a very bad mental place. And I met Kenz, and everything about her, from her beautiful family to her to just her friends, everyone just came in at such a perfect time. And what happened was I just became so absorbed in the moment that I forgot that I'm practically an adult. I have a whole life and a whole career that I've worked on my entire life to keep focusing on. And I was kind of just neglecting all that. And it has nothing to do with Kenz. It was simply being done because of how amazing she is and how much I enjoy being with her. But I was very much neglecting my responsibilities. And I've always been someone that's had to work hard for everything I have. Nothing has ever been handed to me for free or easily. I've always had to put my 150,000% effort into something to do well. And I came to a point where I realized that when I started thinking like that again, my sadness, my depression, the pressure that I have on me every day, like, it all kind of started coming back to me. And Kenz goes through a lot. Kenz has been through so much. Kenz struggles a lot with a lot of things that you guys don't see. And I wish you guys would, because then maybe you could understand kind of where she comes from at times. So anyways, basically I came to a point where I realized that I was neglecting work. I was doing the bare minimum that I had to do. And it had no fault to Kenz at all. It's the complete opposite. It was just because every time I'm with her, like, it's the greatest time of my life, and I just focus on that, you know? And so when I got in contact with Clubhouse, I was so desperate to feel like I was worth something, I suppose. I was working hard again. I took the opportunity. I spoke to Kenz thoroughly about it. I let her know, like, hey, there will be, you know, girls at the house. They're older than me by several years. Like, they're very nice, like, very cool. A lot of them, like, actually know you. Like, and she was like, no, absolutely, that's fair. And before that, I felt myself starting to become so in my head and so just sad and feeling so much pressure that I realized I was kind of starting to not be the same boyfriend that I had been to her through all the months. And I would find myself like really struggling, because there's no worse feeling than making a person that you feel like, a person you love, happy, and then you're seeing more stress with them, and it's simply because I started becoming busier with myself. And we were kind of working it out in the beginning, but unfortunately it was becoming to a point where obviously we had kind of gotten used to a certain way of everything working, you know? I was at her house every day for like all day, you know? I was with her for a very long time, more than most couples maybe see each other in the span of time that we were with. But we were maybe seeing each other more than a couple who's been with each other for a year has seen each other, because I was literally with her out of whatever amount of days we were there. I was there for 95% of it with her. And then the change kind of came where I needed to start realizing that I need to grow up. I need to start worrying about my future. I need to, you know, keep in mind that I have to take care of my family. I have to take care of myself. Like, you know, I have 3 aunts who live in Florida, and my dream is to be able to fly them out here and get them a house and, like, you know, take care of them and let them know they're going to be okay. I want to get my dad his dream house and horses. He loves riding horses. Like, I have a lot of dreams that I want to do, and for very little for me and just mainly for everybody else. I want to be able to help friends like create opportunities, and that's why when I spoke to Kenz about it, I was like, this is something that I hope like we can. I felt that she doesn't deserve, because she's so amazing. She deserves someone that can give her 150 billion% like I was being able to give, until I realized that I have a life that I need to worry about and like dreams I need to seize, you know? And I told her, like, you know, it's not fair to you to be and stay with someone that can't really give you what you deserve right now, because that's not fair. And she could say all she, like, you know, she never did, but she could have said all she wanted, like, you know, oh, like, I'm okay with that. But it's not okay, because in a relationship, you need to be able to equally give to each other, you know? And I just really, she has so much work she has to do. She has so many great things coming that I'm sure she's very excited for you guys to see. And I want to be able to create opportunities for myself to be able to do more and kind of chase the things that I've been working for since I was a little boy. And I want to keep trying to chase those things. But in order for me to do that, I need to take time for myself to work on my mental health, get myself in a better state of mind to really be okay and be able to handle everything that's going to come. I can't put all my problems and everything I have to deal with onto someone else who already has so much. That's just not fair to her at all. It's not. And I would hope, as you know, for people watching this that support her or support her and I or me, like, I hope you guys can understand that, because I believe Kenzie deserves nothing but the greatest boy alive. And for a while there, like, I'm not like telling myself that like I was, but like from what she's told me, like I was, you know, and I don't want her opinion of me to change because of what happened, you know? So I figured for the best. We spoke. We had a very long, I believe it was like a 3-hour call. We spoke, and obviously I would have seen her in person, but social distancing. Spoke on the phone. We basically came to the conclusion, like, hey, let's just stay friends, you know, maintain a really great bond, you know, just give me the time I need. And, you know, maybe if we retain, you know, a really good relationship and a good bond, you know, we never know where the road could take us. Like, we could end up picking it back up one day, you know? And we left it at that. And, like, you know, it's hurt both, because it's not something that I really wanted to do, you know? It's just something that I came to kind of a conclusion that's like, this is the fair thing to do for her, because it's not fair to her. And hopefully you guys can kind of understand that I didn't do this for selfish purposes. Nothing I really ever do is for selfish purposes. I simply want to succeed and do well, not for myself, but for my family. I would much happier buying my family giant houses and living in a small apartment, because I realize that I have a much bigger chance for opportunity, because I have a lot more life to live than, you know, my family, who their primes are kind of behind them. And I need to take care of them, and I have friends I want to take care of. And, you know, I have a relationship again, you know, one day, which I'm sure I will, because I'm still young. Like, I want to be in a position where it's like I'm mentally not struggling as much or at all. You know, there's no mental struggle. Financially, I'm secure and okay and taking care of all the people I want to take care of, and I can really be able to balance things out more. But at the current time, like, I don't have the time to balance it out. And I could be selfish and sit around and expect her to just wait, but I don't know when that time will be. It could be 2 months, it could be 3 months, it could be a year, it could be 5 years. Like, I don't know that time, and I'm not going to have someone dealing with the way I am when they should never have to deal with me with anything, you know? It should be wanted, and not that she did not want to. She had, you know, we'd spoke, and I just realized I had to make the decision that it's not fair to either side to put one another through that, because all it would have done was created resentment, would have created bitterness. It would have just created a very bad blood between her and I, when it was not needed. You know, why? There's never, Kenz and I have maybe argued like Like, I mean, real arguments, like, once or twice. Like, we never fought. Like, we had little stupid, like, back and forths, but nothing serious. Like, we never fought. Every time we hung out, we were always laughing, always having a great time. And I know anytime we see each other after this quarantine and all that, like, it'll be the same exact way, because it has nothing to do with her and I hating each other. I never cheated on her. I haven't cheated on her with any of the girls in the house or with anyone in general. I didn't, you know, whether in the moment it was very sad, I just know that this is for the best for her and I. And, you know, you never know where the road takes you. You know, maybe one day in some, you know, way, and we end up back together again. Or we don't, and maybe we just retain really good friends. But either way, you know, seeing messages in my DMs telling me to, like, kill myself or how much of a piece of shit I am, like, reading those DMs, like, when you guys don't understand the story, you don't understand the context, you don't understand her life or my life, you guys can only really see what we choose to show you, and there's a lot more behind all that. And I hope that that's something you guys can really keep in mind, because, you know, I literally spoke to her on the phone earlier just to let her know about this and checked in on her. And, you know, we're not bad blood between each other. I didn't do anything to screw her over. And, you know, she's someone that I carry so much love for in my heart to this very second. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of clear the air, because it's, as someone that's already dealing with a lot mentally, and, like, having very bad thoughts on a daily basis, like, seeing messages that are so negative and just saying things that are so wrong. Like, people say, like, oh, just ignore it, but it's really hard to ignore it, because it's not fair to the people who actually like what I post and like my content to stop because people are hating on me, because now I'm taking away something that they enjoy, you know? So I hope that this video will help kind of fix some things, or maybe create some more understanding. I want to say I'm sorry to, like, you know, anybody who, you know, felt pain or sadness in this. Like, it's been very hard for both of us. I'm by no means, like, fine now. I want you guys to know, anytime you guys see me behaving fine or like everything's great, it's not. And it's a sad thought, but I just want you guys to keep that in mind, because long before Kenz and I broke up, I was faking a lot in videos, and I'm gonna have to keep doing that, because being like this in a video is not entertainment. It's sad, it's down, and as someone who's done television for the better half of my life, like, no one wants to just see someone moping around all day about their problems, you know? So I have to be professional, I have to step up, I have to make entertaining content for you guys, so, you know, hopefully I can keep supplying for myself and supplying you guys with entertainment that you guys hopefully enjoy. But I just kind of wanted to address the situation, put it to a halt, and just kind of clear the air on anything, really. And it's no one's fault, you know, even though I say that it's more my fault, it's really nobody's fault. And basically, I wish nothing but the best for Kenz. I know we're going to remain friends. I know we're going to keep seeing each other after all this is over. We're going to hang out, and I hope you guys can support both of us and just kind of understand our privacy. And yeah, I guess, like, if you guys enjoy this content where I'm a little bit more raw, you can let me know. Maybe I'll schedule videos to kind of open up to you guys a little bit more about my past and, you know, why I have, you know, sadness and such. So yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and yeah, I'm just, you know, going through a hard time, so hopefully you guys can understand that, and understand that she is as well, because we both just kind of want some space from it, and it's really hard to breathe when all you can see is that. It's hard for something to heal if you keep cutting the wound, you know. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. Peace out.